Disengagement, the victim's world. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. The narcissist will have various dynamics with a victim. The principal ones are a shelving dynamic, where you are taken off the shelf intermittently, used by the narcissist and popped back on there. The length of your use will vary. It could be a half-hour telephone conversation. It could be a weekend away. It might be a week's holiday. The shelving dynamic is that which is experienced by tertiary sources, most by secondary sources, and former intimate partner primary sources. The more sustained dynamic, where much more time is spent with the relevant individual, of course, is that between narcissist and intimate partner primary source, sometimes non-intimate partner primary source. With that dynamic, there is the seduction, there is the devaluation with the respite periods, and they may well then follow disengagement. Disengagement can happen in relation to secondary sources, a colleague, a friend, a family member, a neighbour, but it is rarer. It tends to happen where the secondary source has done something particularly heinous towards the narcissist, which results in the necessity of disengagement, that the appropriate trigger has been activated. And sometimes it occurs where the narcissist has moved through different societal stratas, so in effect they no longer have any need whatsoever of that individual, and therefore even shelving them isn't necessary. They can be cast to one side. But for the most part, those that are secondary sources find themselves being treated to the shelving dynamic. And often they're left wondering, why haven't I heard from the narcissist? Often they're given comfort crumbs. Sometimes they're less concerned, particularly where friends or family members, because they don't necessarily expect to have as much to do with the narcissist to begin with. The victim of the narcissist that suffers the most with regard to the nature of the dynamic, of course, is the intimate partner primary source when disengagement occurs. When one of the 5 disengagement triggers has been activated and the narcissist ends the relationship and moves on. Sometimes the victim isn't ever even told that it has ended, and they find out from other people or from turning up to find that the locks have been changed on a property, or that they learn that the person they thought they were in a relationship with is now seeing somebody else. The impact of disengagement is huge. With hindsight, many people should realize that disengagement was a blessing in disguise, as it caused them to be jettisoned by the narcissist, and thereafter they should then follow a no-contact regime, and the narcissist has given them a head start on that, because save in the most extreme of cases, most narcissists won't want anything to do with you post-disengagement. However, many people, understandably, don't realize what it is that they're dealing with, and they are cast into a brutal world where they question themselves, question what has happened. Their self-worth is shredded, their self-confidence is annihilated, and they suffer all manner of mishap. As part of understanding my victims, I've made it my business to delve into the mind of each of those that I have been involved with. It is important for me to know how they think, how they regard matters, and that is what has enabled me to convey so well to all of you the way that I understand the empathic mind to work, the way that I understand the emotions that prevail. And I provide to you, which has been drawn from the feedback, if you will, given to me by those that I have disengaged from, a way of combining all of those observations to sum up how those who are disengaged from a narcissist may well feel when they find themselves a victim of the disengagement, what their world looks like at that point of disengagement and in the immediate aftermath. This is the victim's world. Oh, how my heart aches for the days of yore, when life was a tapestry woven with threads of hope and joy. I stand here, a shattered soul, longing for the embrace of better times that now exist only as fragments in my memory. The weight of loss hangs heavy upon my shoulders, dragging me down into the depths of despair. In the corridors of my mind, I wander through the halls of nostalgia, tracing the outlines of cherished moments that have slipped through my fingers like sand. I yearn for the laughter that once filled the air, the carefree smiles that illuminated the darkest corners of my existence. Those days, oh, those days were a symphony of happiness, a chorus of light that danced upon my weary heart. But now the world around me seems cloaked in shadows. The vibrant colours have faded, replaced by a muted palette of sorrow and regret. The sun, once a radiant beacon of warmth, has become a mere spectre, casting feeble rays of light upon a landscape that feels foreign and unfamiliar. I am adrift, lost in a sea of longing for the better times I remember. My heart, once buoyant with dreams and aspirations, now feels burdened by the weight of disappointment. The wounds of past sorrows still bleed, leaving behind scars that bear witness to the battles I have fought. I reach out, desperately grasping at the wisps of fading memories, hoping to rekindle the flame that once burned so brightly within me. But time, that relentless thief, marches forward, heedless of my yearning. It carries me further from the moment I hold dear, replacing them with a bittersweet ache that tugs at my very core. I am left to navigate this desolate landscape, haunted by the spectres of what once was, forever yearning for better times that seem just out of reach. Yet, in the midst of this devastation, a flicker of hope persists within me. It is a fragile ember that refuses to be extinguished, reminding me of the resilience of the human spirit. Though the wounds may run deep, I find solace in knowing that the heart has the capacity to heal, to mend the broken pieces and rise again. So, I stand here, amidst the wreckage of my past, with a glimmer of determination in my eyes. I will carry the memories of those better times deep within my soul, using them as fuel to propel me forward. And as I tread the path of healing and growth, I will strive to create new moments, new memories that will one day be cherished in the depths of my heart. For the yearning for better times is not in vain. It is a beacon of resilience, a testament to the human spirit's unwavering ability to seek solace and renewal. And so I shall continue my journey, fueled by the hope that one day those better times will be more than just a memory, but a living reality once again. In this desolate realm of eternal winter, I stand as a solitary figure, forsaken and forgotten. The biting winds howl, carrying with them the whispers of isolation that echo through the barren landscape. My heart, a frozen tundra of emotions, bears the weight of this cold and lonely place. The world around me lies shrouded in a perpetual grey, devoid of colour and life. The sun, a distant memory, hides behind a veil of unyielding clouds, denying me even the faintest glimmer of warmth. The snow-covered ground, once a pristine canvas, now mocks me with its icy touch, numbing my senses with this frigid embrace. I wander aimlessly through this frozen wasteland, my footsteps leaving a trail of despair in the powdery snow. Each breath I take is a frosty exhale, a visible reminder of my existence in this isolation. The silence. Oh, the silence is deafening, punctuated only by the sound of my own footsteps, a hollow echo of my isolation. Time stands still in this icy domain, as if the world has chosen to abandon me, leaving me entombed in this wintry prison. The days blur into nights, merging seamlessly into an endless cycle of darkness, where the stars themselves seem distant and indifferent to my plight. The bitter cold seeps into my bones, a constant reminder of my vulnerability, my fragility as a mere mortal. Oh, how I long for the warmth of human connection, for the touch of a hand, the sound of laughter, the comfort of a shared moment. But in this desolation, companionship is a distant memory, fading like a forgotten dream. I am but a phantom, haunting this frozen landscape, yearning for a connection that may never come. In the depths of this cold and lonely place, I find solace in my own thoughts, seeking refuge within the labyrinth of my mind. I conjure memories of brighter days, of sun-soaked fields and blooming flowers, desperately clinging to the fragments of a life once filled with warmth and joy. But the memories, too, are tinged with frost, as the icy tendrils of this place seep into every crevice of my being. As the snowflakes fall gently from the heavens, I stand here, a lost soul among the icy remnants of a forgotten world. I am but a whisper in the wind, a spectre of longing and despair, yearning for a release from this cold and lonely place. But until that fateful day arrives, I shall remain trapped in this wintry purgatory, a forlorn figure in a desolate landscape.